Hey everyone, so the first part of part 3, I might call this part 4 because I like to separate it so people can have a break. As someone who feels energy quite heavily, I always try to protect whoever's feeling, so I might separate it, put this as a part 4. Basically, I've taken a few hours out and come back, and as you can see, my head is a bit better. You probably can guess that I'm very strong clairsentient and claircognizance as my first 2 psychic abilities. So I just want to touch base on something. I don't know if there's a barn, a farm nearby for the word marshal as well. For the name Marshall, I'm getting more than a marshal, but it could be. Or someone that's known to like horses. I'll get into that more, but these are the kind of signs that we can wrap up. Obviously, I'm very much aware of partner's name, and that would have been in her energy field, as well as Mrs. Eyelashes. You can guess who that is. Now, just going back to the people that I mentioned also, like I said, it can be just energy around you. There is an energy that I don't even have a picture to, that I'm not saying is part of it, but there's an offish energy. I'm sure you know, like, just in general in life. There's people that you like, and there's people you just like meet and you're like, that's not for me. You know, that person's not for me. Or so that the message of that person's name, which is, if you think of pounds and pennies, it's one of those. Just the name, there's something about that energy. Maybe it's just the person's energy. But I don't even know what the person looks like. There's so many. I tried yesterday, but there's so many different pictures of, I don't know who's who. And I've not gone in to look into further in terms of interviews and stuff. So that's also when I'll probably look at the energy of Mrs. White. Mrs. White. That's interesting. I want to say Mrs. Eyelashes. Oh, it's just come through. Okay. Okay, that's really weird, isn't it? But I'm going to dive into this with questions. I also saw yesterday when I put this top after part 3, when I was looking at this, it made me feel that like there's limited time, light off, limited time, only period, which I felt standing out a little bit. Limited time to wrap things up. And if you think of, I think they said there's a 10-minute window of where they feel something. But I think it's actually longer, to be honest with you. But we're going to get into the card. I'm also going to, I tend to lose my intuitive knowing if I base it on the cards. Even because I've been an energy reader, tarot reader with psychic abilities and energy healer for years, if you've known any of my readings, I just blurt out, channel the stuff, and then the tarot seems to confirm it. And because these cases, I take them very seriously, probably a bit too serious, because a lot of people do an intuitive reads. But you see, I'm not selecting the cases. It's kind of like Spirit has pushed me in this direction with certain cases and people to cover. And then I was told, when I was uploading one of the videos, which was Maddie's, I was just going to put channeling and Maddie's story, and it was like, no, voice of truth. And at the same time, I really respect spirits, and that's why I know there's a lot of intuitive and energy reads on murder cases and spirits, but I just think it's not something to really take it with ease, because there's energies around that. And I've been putting it off for a very long time, and then, you know, spirit pushed me in this direction. And that's why actually when an individual said, why don't you cover these 2 people, I found it really weird, because especially Sinead, I felt it in my energy, and the way it's been going is I'm not selecting in terms of cases that are known who to cover. And obviously if I am covering it for truth and for healing for that soul, and trying to de-anchor from earth, it needs to be recorded or done on YouTube or a platform so that there's collective energy involved to help support that as well. So let's see how this goes today. As you know that I sometimes take my time, so one question can take its time, but we can see how it goes, because I tend to feel like the question can sometimes answer the question, but also then energies get involved, which is normal. Like, you know, a spirit might want to say, you know, when you're talking about something, let's say you're talking about you went to the beach today and you were talking about the cafe that you had a coffee in, but then all of a sudden you go down a different route or a rabbit hole because something else that happened. That's how it can work with spirit. Like I can ask a question and suddenly an energy can be brought in, and it's kind of like then the answers I'm getting are around that energy as opposed to the question, so you have to separate it. There's something else I wanted to say as well. I'm sure it'll come to me. Okay, I'm going to just pause while I just ground myself again to connect. There was definitely markings here on her. There was definitely markings, and I said that in the thing. I won't be surprised if there was something around the head as well, because the chakras there yesterday. Okay. I'll try and give you pre-warnings before I ring the bell. I'm getting called to look at the bottom of the deck. 4 of Wands, which is kind of like celebration, marriage, going to an event, just really happy, something that you're going to be celebrating with family. Again, it's that 4 of Wands card, isn't it? Happy home. Was there a, I was talking about in the first part, marriage, wasn't there? Was there something around, like I said, was there something around that we're going to get married, or I'm not sure if it's like a scene of marriage. 10 of Cups has popped out with another card, 10 of Cups and Tower. There was a portrayment that it was all perfect, or it was perfect, and then Tower moments starting to happen. But, you know, because I got that fish and I said I felt like somebody was very jealous of her and it resulted in this. That's not what happened. But sometimes when you have those kind of energies that are with you, as well as other things, it can eat at you. And so I don't know if there was talks of marriage and then there wasn't. But this is happy home, happy family, being really happy with your kids, with your partner, having everything you want is kind of a wish fulfillment. For me, this, there's also obviously the 10 of Coins, which is ultimate stability, money and finances. This actually speaks to your heart. This is like celebrating love. This is celebrating family connections, romantic connections. Your home is just blessed and really happy. And it's interesting I say blessed, and we've got the Tower moment. This could be around what happened, but I actually feel that there was a Tower moment. And now I'm being taken back to where I said about the horse energy. I think this is my spirit guide, but I'm going to tell you if I start. Okay, no, Nicola's here as well. But what I'm actually saying right now is based on me. The horse and the heron. I felt Nicola wanted to take a decision or something, or she found out something, and there was, the heron is where it was like you needed to be a bit patient and not gallop forward. And I think she was trying to do that. And there was a lot of anxiety. So I don't know if it was around this or at a time of when she felt the energy had shifted on the 27th of where she was. So, okay, more cards on what happened, Nicola, on the 27th of January 2023, please. My spirit guides can help, please. Eight of Cups. She was going to walk away. It's also interesting, walking, it's quite dark, isn't it? But walking, and here there's water, and it's like a fieldy place, isn't there? $16 in this deck, 1 and 1 and 6 is 7, which I said is very powerful. So possibly she was ready to walk away from something, the marriage, you know, the partnership, something at work. I'm getting here with this card in the shadows. So something was hidden. There was something hidden in the shadows. I think she found it out. And there's also a message here that it would have been safer maybe to walk away or to be quiet at the time. Strength. It needed strength from her. Making sure your emotions are in check. Can you tell me more? Oh, interesting. Look around his neck, he's got that fish. The fish I saw is exactly like this. It's like a, you know, just how you draw a fish. Can you tell me what happened on the 27th of January 2023? I was going to say 1993. What is that date? What does that? That's really, really weird. What would it? I wonder if something happened on that date for her. 27 January. Adds up to 32. 3 and 2, 5. 5 again. I say 5 again because I mentioned about 7 being a number, a key number, 5 and also possibly 9. 27 of Jan 1993. I don't know, did they meet then or something around then? Okay, so 27, the cards fall now, I've not finished asking. 27 of Jan 2023, Nicola, what happened to you, please? What happened, please, spirit guides? Something that needed strength around the water. 3 of Cups, 3 energies, hair and 2 other energies were there. Again, field, water, so I think it was at the weir. More, please. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is about ego. It's about trying to it's about drama, conflict here. I won't be surprised if we get the 5 of Wands as well. There is the significance of water here in most of the cards, so I believe it happened at the river. Just a second, let me see how this looks on the Oracle deck, because sometimes the imagery helps. I'll just pull it later if I pull to it. But yeah, so a tower moment in her home life, her personal life, deciding to walk away, requiring strength, requiring emotional agility is coming. Agility is usually mental agility, but emotional agility and patience. At the river, confronted by, there's 3 energies here, which I presume is herself. Too many cards. And then the 5 of Swords, this is conflict. It's ego-based as well. I also feel here that she was put at an unfair advantage, so that's where Tower steps in, and I think it's really... There's an unfair advantage here, so I think, you know, with 2 energies, maybe that's what it's saying. The reason I paused is because on one of the cards, it's like walking away, but I feel like it's walking out of the river, and it's walking out of the shadow of the river, maybe of the hidden truth of the river. A new chapter. The world is the completion. Taking a risk to start a new chapter in her world. I think this was known, and this is what caused this. It's the 6 of Pentacles. It was 2 cards, I'm going to take it. 6 of Pentacles, that card I got in part 2. There's money involved. There's a difficult, challenging decision involved. I don't know why I'm getting that this is, I'm trying to stay away from any sort of, if you know me, like when I pick a card where I feel like, no, I don't want, I can't say I don't want it to be this, but I'd rather have the truth come out and it be of a positive energy than negative around something. But this tells me, and when I got it in the inquest, it was kind of like, I think there was a payment. I won't be surprised if there was a payment for that day of something to be done. It might be around this, it might be around something else. There's an exchange of money, and here there's a difficult decision around that. I think the difficult decision is also because it was shady. The fish energy, fishy. Like, I'll give you something if you do something, or I'm giving you this. Libra energy. Okay, so the difficult decision is around, it could be someone with Libra energy. Her and her partner are. I think what she found out is also to do with money. She already had crumbling in her personal life. Or what she found out was also going to crumble her personal life. I think there's a couple of things around that, because we have the Empress who's pregnant. I won't be surprised that if there's 3 energies in her personal life, her partner and someone else, and that can be from her side or the other person's side, and then also a fishy energy around exchange of money. exchange of money, maybe in the event, but also around work, investment or something. And a challenging decision around that could be based around anger, fear, resentment. 1 second, I just want to... The World is a 3 card. This is about... So yeah, there was a difficult decision, like which route should I take? And it was to bring in balance and justice to a situation. So I think it's around something that she... Show me more, please. What happened? What happened, Nicola? I also want to say in part 2, the 2 people that were apparently hidden, was actually fishermen seen, or were they made to be out fishermen, as in the fake fish? Anyway, those 2 people, I think, from what I understand, there's so many narratives, even on the crime investigators that are looking into, there's so many different stories that are not everyone is a single same. Were they seen the day before as well? And then again on the next day? The 2 people that were apparently covered and had a hoodie and covered in... I think there was also a man in black or something like that. But there's 2 people that were significant. And some say there were fishermen, some say there was no fishermen. They needed investigating. 5 of Wands, I said I won't be surprised, faced with conflict. This is where you're actually trying to step away from drama. But if you can see, she's trying to fight. Okay. I wonder if that's also in water. Eight of Swords, where she's been tied up, rope. 2 energies here. Feeling tied up and not able to move within your own life, which I think we got within the first reading. But also here, significantly, feeling tied up. A lot of anxiety, which I was feeling in me in part 3, where I recorded the first part of this. The anxiety and not being able to move. There's rope around this. Okay, this is also sometimes self-imposed. I've got to say it, but I don't think it's tied to that here. So self-imposed, tying yourself up. And limiting yourself. But I am getting that with the 5 of Wands, there's something significant in 2 cards and I can't get it, and I won't. Until I channel it, I'll feel the energy move from my body. Like, until I get the message out that I want to get out, I'll feel the message, I'll feel ease in my body. But with the 8 of Swords, I wish I didn't just say that because I lost my message of channeling, of intuitive channeling with the 8 of Swords. And the 5 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like it's going back to, for me, it's tying it back to, she knew something and it's kind of like silencing her. Now, again, there's a flame here, right? And this is the flame that I'm tying it with as well. This card in the water, the flame. Look at the bottom of the deck. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is like a love offering, a romantic gesture. Is this to do with what you found out? Hang on a second. I have to break the energy a little bit with a smile, right? I am going to ring the bell, okay? So you might want to turn the volume down just a moment. It will be just one quick bell ring. Are you ready? Can you tell me what you found out, Nicola, that you was really uneased at? Or what did you find out? What is it to do with Spirit? Please help. This is the Eight of Swords again coming out, but in different picture and different. It's about isolating, it's feeling tied up, feeling trapped, restricted. Again, I mentioned about a rope being significant. Maybe this is where I'm getting left side of the head. You know, I said the right side of the body was significant. Well, yeah, anxiety, being paralyzed here, helplessness, hopelessness, silenced with the Five of Wands, I'd say silenced, and really being in a bit of a crisis at that point. This is obviously what I asked what happened. I think it's also with what she had found out, because I asked that question. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles here. So there is something around money, because this is about being independently abundant and wealthy, success financially, wealth, property. It's when, you know, your investments. So I was going to say, can I have the word investment? I don't know if there was some investments going on that is it a client? Is it a boss? Is it with her partner? Okay, so it might be to do with yeah, there's something fishy. Could be workplace. Can I have more of, was this an accident, Nicola? Was this an accident? Was this an accident, please? Please, Spirit. Too many cards, Spirit. Was this an accident? The thing is with asking questions on things that I intuitively know, sometimes tarot can be like, you're asking something, you know, why are you asking? And they can give you a message, because it's kind of like, you know, it's like, you know, when on the first reading I got the second card, didn't I? And I was like, Nicola's tying that to me about the energy healing card. And I felt like I was blowing my own trumpet then when I didn't want to say it, but and then the second reading about the High Priestess confirming what I had said. Queen of Wands being Queen of Wands is having the energy, being victorious, having the courage. For me, it'd be a yes. Nicola, was you killed? Was you killed by? Was you murdered? Nicola, was you murdered, please? Death card. It's also a no card, but it's the Death. Scorpio energy, letting go, endings, change, transition. It's also like sudden upheaval of endings. Tell me more about what happened on the 27th. Yes. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. You know, being emotionally mature, using your intuition. She was overburdened, overloaded, 10 of Wands. There's problems, there's a heavy weight on her shoulder, responsibilities. I think we got 10 of Wands in part 1, didn't we? Can I have more messages, please? This one I feel I trust. Anxiety, fear, 9 of Swords, anxiety, fear, deep down unhappiness. You know, that's at this stage where you're starting to feel you can't cope with everything, and the mental anguish of what she knew. Mental anguish of what you knew. Mental anguish of what you knew. Yes. 4 of Pentacles, coins. I'm going to ask again, what did you know? 3 cards, because I think it's personal and money. That's Taurus, Libra energy that I got the first time. 3 people, 3 energies, her and 2 other energies. A female was present. I think a male as well. Financial security. Again, there's something about maybe someone being pregnant, but harmony, seeking harmony, wanting to be in sort of more of a nurturing energy. The world comes back in. The world again is achievement, it's a cycle closing, it's completion. The world comes through quite a lot, isn't it? It's a sense of wholeness and belonging needed. Again, it could be where she felt stagnated. 2 and 1 is a 3. Yeah, she felt stagnated, and disappointment, burden, and lack of completion. This has come out in reverse, which is the 9 of Cups, and she's confirming yes. Shattered dreams, nightmares, unhappiness, possibly devastation around what she found out, and lack of fulfillment in an area of her life. Tower moment has come out, number 16, I said that, sorry, 1 and 6 is a 7, chaos and sudden upheaval. I think the sudden upheaval is more so around her death as opposed to it all crumbling. Page of Swords, High Priestess. Page of Swords is delayed news, is I think it's the news, it's what she found out. It could be also online. It's kind of a less restless energy as well, so she might have been feeling in that restless energy. She might have also felt a bit, yes, a bit curious and diving deeper, and as she did, she found more stuff out that was making her feel uneasy. The Fool has come out again, and that's also, like I said, about freedom and trying to take a risk. There's a bit of carelessness there, but spontaneity, why can't I say the word? New beginnings, and a new chapter comes out. Page of Swords, like I said, it can also be guarded, being guarded, and trying to think before you speak. The Page of Cups is more like connecting to your heart and really wanting to wear your heart on your sleeve. What I'm getting with that. With the High Priestess, it means, you know, your intuition has been speaking to you. And this was one of the things I mentioned yesterday. Was it part 2 or was it in part 3 earlier? That I was going to say, I think one of her life's lessons is trusting her gut and intuition more, because I felt while she went out for that walk, it was speaking to her. I have a feeling that, I'm going to ask the question, but what I'm getting is that she suddenly felt a shift in the energy when she was there, that something didn't suddenly feel right. And that's the High Priestess. And the High Priestess was also telling her to sort of inner knowing of trying to seek emotional stability. Again, the Heron with the patience. And things are going to be revealed. Yes, and 2 of Cups is about partnership. It's like an exchange as well. This could be in love, but also the 2 of Cups can be an exchange, a partnership in general. I think at the place there was an exchange. Okay, there was, that's maybe when there was an exchange of discussion. It's usually, like I said, around love, but it can be about anything else. Justice card has come out again, which is Libra energy. So I think there was a bit of, it's around her and her partner. I wonder if she wanted a divorce or to step out of the marriage as well. I wonder if what she found out is to do with money, but also includes her name or his name, which kind of like brings up the energy of like something fishy, and it means that now they're both involved in it, because maybe one of them was like involved in this fishy deal. And yes, there was already a little bit of trouble and crumbling, but this whole thing together would have been a tower moment. And the Strength card comes up again. It's finding the confidence and taming your inner strength to be confident and overcome self-doubt and focus, you know, to have the bravery to do what you need to do. Recognition, that 6 of Wands comes out. Interesting with that 6 of Wands, what I was getting is that it linked to the partner energy here, and in part 2 I was linking it, actually I felt it linked possibly to Mrs. Eyelashes. But I'm also getting, if there was something done on that day, it was successful. This is about victory. It's winning the plan that they wanted to do. And then also the whole thing of like the thing going in, or the closing of the case going in their direction, the achievement of it, the triumph of it. Queen of Wands, yes. Oh, Queen of Pentacles, both cards that we got out in a row yesterday. Queen of Pentacles, again, the woman who has the money, or someone who's money focused. The energy can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm getting that it could be in their moon sign as well. Financial independence. The thing is, what I don't understand is, because what I understand is her partner had a job, so there wasn't a lack of finance, but there's also a question that she was freelancing, and then did she sign a contract with someone to be their advisor, mortgage advisor, so she had freelance and stuff. So was there a time of financial difficulty or loss? I don't see that actually. But there's a gain out this. Here I'm getting that there's an absolute gain out of this. There's a material gain, and I think there was something around insurance, wasn't there? I don't like these two energies together because I feel like we got the finances. There's something about finances here that I really don't like it, especially when I feel like it's an exchange of something to do something or something fishy. I really don't like it. And then the whole thing of like it was successful, it was a job, getting a job well done. And then when I'm asking, is it an accident or was you murdered? I'm getting, and again, I think it's because my intuition tells me something doesn't sit right, that it was an accident. She did not go in that river, and that's why the tarot card's probably giving me the mixed message when I ask that. She did not fall in that river. Was there a building, but it's not like a home that didn't have decoration? It's just like, you can't even really see through the window. There are windows, but you know when you see a building basically. Okay, I'm going to pause, clear the deck, and come back. 1 minute. Nicola, can you tell me, and spirit guides, please can you help? Did you die at the river on the 27th of the 1st, 2023? Did you die at the river? Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Cups, Strength card, Ace of Wands, Death and Rebirth. I get a strong message that there was a need to trust her gut on that day, to have the strength to trust her gut. So she left her home, the Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, expanding, she went to school, dropped off to her kids with the Six of Cups, the Strength card and the Ace of Wands. Then there was something about trusting your gut and instinct for a breakthrough to happen. Then we get the Death and Rebirth. Show me more. Show me more, please, Spirit. If one flipped, I need to take it. Show me more, please. How did you feel on that day, please, Nicola? Anxious. Five of Cups. Not happy. Feeling like she needed to change and she needed to walk away. Disappointed. This can also be where you have not taken action on something for quite some time, so you kind of like also not happy with you've been nudged to take action on something for quite some time in your life, but you've not done so, and so you're crying over what seems to be spilt milk, and you're very you've been stagnant for a long time. You've been nudged to make a change, and you've kind of not done that. So you can only focus on like 3 cups that are empty, when in fact maybe in the other direction, even though it's 2 cups, they're full. Knight of Swords, something rushing in, communication. It can be quite hasty. 6 of Wands, recognition. This could be that she received also communication from work in terms of a job well done or a client or something. 4 of Swords. This is where she's felt like she's really needed to actually get away from something. On that day, maybe get away. That's why she took her daily walk, but maybe she felt extra need to get away, to step away. I have a question. Did you plan to meet someone on the 27th at the river between 9 and 10? Did you plan to meet someone? 9 of Pentacles. Money. I'm getting a message, but I should have been wiser. With the Owl. King of Pentacles. Money again. This could be a male energy. Was this someone she knew with a bit of grey hair? The Empress again. A man and a woman. It's about money. This Empress could also be that Empress. She's a mother. I think this Empress is a mother. I don't want to mention hair colour I'm getting. And I feel the Empress also wanted to silence her, like put her back in the box. So yes, she was meeting someone. Was these people the cause of your death, please? Was these people the cause of your death, please? Was these people the cause of your death? Yeah, I want to pick this, but I'm also getting told to look at the bottom. 2 of Wands is where a plan has been made. So yes, a plan to meet them. Possibly there was a plan beyond what she had seen. I think I got told about a red van. Not got told, but did I hear something about a red van? Six of Pentacles, exchange of money. What was the bloody question I asked? Were they the cause of your death? There's a plan here. And can you see when I asked about the accident and the death, the message through that tarot was deviating. And again, I said, I don't know if it's because, you know, I'm clear, not, you know, I know and intuitively channel. And so when you ask questions, it's kind of, sometimes spirit comes through and says, why are you asking silly questions, you know? There's a plan here. Nicola, did you die on the 27th of the 1st, why am I going to 1993? something significant about that date. 27 of the 1st, 27 of the 1st, 2023. Did you die on that day? Did you die on that day, Nicola? Did you die on the 27th of the 1st? 3 of Pentacles, 3 energies again. Oh, 2 cards. 3 energies and intuition, High Priestess. So there's at least 2 people that know exactly what happened, okay? Possibly a third that has, a third that kind of knows some of the things and they can put the rest together with their intuition, but they're keeping it hidden. I also feel like someone is having dreams and there's signs around them about connecting what happened and they're ignoring it. And this is what I want to say in part 3 earlier, where I said someone would have said, like, you know, we need for Nicola to rest in peace, etc., etc., and so let's just close it. I mean, like, you know, when you meet as a family, friends, etc., who's ever close, someone in that circle has stated that because everyone else is emotionally vulnerable, I think that's where they've decided to close this off. I have a feeling I get something uneasy about who someone else can be involved or knows. And maybe because, you know, it's kind of like, oh, the girls need to just get on with their lives and stuff like that. Because it doesn't make sense to me without even pulling the tarot. What doesn't make sense is that, you know, up until the 3rd of Feb, it was kind of like, please help us because the police aren't any closer. The police aren't any closer to finding what happened, and we're convinced there's no, sorry, because I'm also getting different messages here, so I'm trying to speak on what I'm trying to say as opposed to maybe muddled things that are coming through to me. That there's no pure evidence that it was a drowning, so can you help? And then suddenly, between that time period where also on the 16th, social media, not Twitter, I think it was TikTok, I think I said Twitter in part 2, it would have been Twitter as well, but TikTok I think was the main one, to please quieten down at that news conference. And then suddenly this is accepted, there's something that's been convincing, and I'm getting a yes. Someone's convinced her family, I think, to be blindsided. Okay, so I'm not pointing fingers here. This could just be an energy around her. Who had brunette reddish hair? Anyone? Again, it could be just an energy around her. Nicola, did you die after the 27th of Jan 2023? 7 of Cups, delusion, not seeing clearly, rose-tinted glasses. I get that to be a message of don't like get caught up in the rose-tinted glasses of stuff. I also see a snake, something that's shady. I also get tying up with the High Priestess. With the High Priestess, it's kind of like... So with the High Priestess, I think there was a glitch there. With the High Priestess, it's kind of like once you know the truth, that will come through to you. It's following the truth. Then with the 7 of Cups, it's kind of like the illusion, the sun, the rose-tinted glasses, and not knowing which decision path to make, what is the truth. 1 second, there's a word, I know that there's a word that ties into this that's going to clear my feeling inside. Hang on a sec. Moving forward without knowing the full picture, which I've mentioned. To me, it's kind of like also illusions and wishful thinking. So I asked, did you die after? It's wishful thinking. So I think she died on the 27th of the 1st, 2023. There's something about 1993, people. Something about, I know she didn't die then, but something about that. Challenging decision, choices, fear. This could be resentment, fear and anger. Again, can you see an energy of 2 eating at her? Needing to silence her. Here trying to balance the 2 energies that were around her. The Tower again. And then the 8 of Wands, the breakthrough. But I actually saw it in reverse, which means a lack of successful breakthrough. So that would have been through her energy. I think I'll leave it here. And if I'm called to return, like I was with Maddie, I stepped away 15 minutes and I was kind of like, Spirit, go, get back to your desk. I'll come back and ask more questions. So we'll just tie that up. But yeah, 8 of Wands. I actually want to ask another question, but I might do this as a part. I think I will ask another question, but I'll tie it as part 5 probably. Because I want to use another deck. But let me just see if, because these things, you know, when you channeling, but you're also trying to read, if you're not just reading intuitively, both can be separately can be draining, but when together they can be even more draining. But yeah, this with the 2 of Pentacles, and then the 8 of Wands in the upright would be the success, but this is actually that there was delayment, and there was getting like burden of trying to do something. Burden of trying to do something. Burden of lack of direction. A bit of instability and delays. Really feel there was a plan around this. Okay, so I'm going to ask the next question. Let me see what I get. I'm getting a bit needing a break, so I might not have full energy, but let's see for part 5, if you see it. It might be a very short one based on this question. Let's see. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it tied up some things. I think on the next one I'm going to ask maybe about her girls, her daughters. I think she's got 2. And any messages she also wants to bring forward. I do want to ask about Willow's energy as well, and a couple of more questions, and maybe also touch base to see if we get some more direct answers, but I think there's pretty much a direct answer. And again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I've stated is my own sort of beliefs based on whatever, and no one's guilty until proven by whoever the officials are, the police, who does their job in that area. That's nothing to do with me. Take care, everyone. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'm going to see you in the next part. Bye for now.